did not match. Y'all niggas. How
can you match when one nigga got his own fucking closet? What's up? We are back. This is Sip and Discuss. I am Michelle Mosley.
And I'm Khalida Hunter.
And this is a talk show / podcast for Black and brown folks. A safe place for us to discuss topics that matter to us. No topic is off limits, and this is a non-judgment zone. Zero judgment. Tonight we are sipping on Seagram's. I always feel like that is an old people's drink.
Seagram's?
Yes.
What, the gin? Yeah, if you drinking gin and juice, you definitely old.
You old? Alright. So, if you drinking it.
Not the, these is wine coolers. This is not gin. This is not Seagram's gin. I'm just saying. If you
so it doesn't classify as like being old. I also have this that I'm very scared to taste. I got it from Mexico. Probably to come back before we try it because we're going to experiment this together.
She throws me in that
teamwork. It is supposed to be something that's healthy for you, like Panagram or something. Yeah, and then it has tequila in it also. And then I also brought us some shot glasses back. We both went on vacation. So she went to Puerto Rico and I went to Mexico. So
we was outside a little bit.
We was outside just a little bit.
Before they attempt to shut us back down.
You think they want to shut us back down?
All I'm saying is, I don't give a fuck if they shut us
Tonight we're going to be discussing hip hop culture.
Yes.
Is it homophobic? Y'all ain't want to talk about that. People ain't even want to vote on that shit.
Is it homophobic?
We going to discuss that, and we can't wait
to talk about this verses.
Dips
because this might be one of the most epic ones out of all. I feel like they get bigger and bigger. Like the names that they're putting are just getting more. It's just getting bigger and bigger. I feel like this is really a thing for our generation. Because if you notice, it's mostly artists from our generation that are being showcased, and artists that we grew up probably listening to, that our parents listened to.
Yeah.
So
I think later down on the years
it will start being younger artists.
Yeah, but I feel like they are getting our generation out the way because it's important that they give them their flowers, and then it's introducing this new generation to exactly what our generation did and how our music was.
And how our music has affected their music and gave them the opportunity to even be able to put the bullshit out that they put out.
Listen,
shot
yeah, right? The camera shots definitely fire. I mean, I fuck with this generation's music.
I do too, some of it, but the fact that I was hearing people like, we don't even know who the locks are, and we don't even know, like,
well, you gotta blame that on
under
their
a fucking rock.
You gotta blame that on their parents. Because it's the same thing, like certain artists I didn't know because my mom was very Christian and she didn't play secular music. But then for some reason she got a little bit lenient when my sisters came along. And my sisters know about different artists and stuff like that because of
being exposed to
it. So if your parents, just like when we had your brother on here, Moss Don, and we asked him to choose between Lauren, I think it was Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, and he said, "Well, he's younger, but he was like, I gotta go with Erykah Badu because my mom
played
Erykah Badu." You know what I mean? So if they parents wasn't like playing the Nas, playing the locks, they not going.
Because that's a part of my kids. My kids just know these artists and these songs. Like, they don't even realize how old these songs. Like, a lot of these songs are older than them, but they've been hearing them their whole life. So it's just like, oh, I know who that is. Like,
So it's different. I think that falls on the parents. Like, I don't know what their parents was listening to.
Some bullshit.
Maybe they grew up in a household like me, where it was like no secular music, but even I snuck in Biggie, and I was sneaking listening to music. Like, hip hop was just such a big part of growing up.
Right.
It was no way I wasn't going to be exposed to it and be involved in it and fall in love with it. You know what I mean? Like,
how could you not fall in love with hip hop?
Really?
Like the whole culture of hip hop, not just the music, the fashion behind it, the slang behind it, like the whole entire hip hop movement. Because that's what it is a movement.
It's a movement, yeah. Start with verses. So we did do before the show started, like I think we did it like the day before, we did do it where we asked y'all, who was y'all riding with? Dipset
or the LOX?
Yes. Now I will say this, a lot of y'all viewed the story, but a lot of y'all didn't vote. So, but 60% of you were going with Dipset.
I'm just gonna question. I have like a lot of questions if you pick Dipset, and not because I don't like Dipset. That's a disclaimer right there. I actually like Dipset. I like them as a group, and I like them separately as artists. The same thing with the LOX. I like the LOX as a group and separately as artists. But lyrically, I just feel like they can't touch them. And I love Cam, but it's like 7 Cam'rons.
Yes.
It's 7 Cam'rons. You never know which one you're going to get. And
he's Aquarius.
And we got Screwy Louie Cam at the verses.
We got Ego.
That's what I'm saying. We got Screwy Louie Cam at the one who is just rhyming words that don't make no sense, that don't have no rhyme or reason. We didn't get Confessions of Fire Cam because why you ain't play not one song about Confessions of Fire?
Babe.
Or you ain't play no song.
That was a hungry Confessions of Fire was a hungry, focused Cam.
Yes.
Like, I want this shit.
I want this money. Who we got on verses?
Was I already got this?
Was Come Home With Me Cam. We got Come Home With Me Cam. Commercial Cam. Like, I got a whole lot of other shit going on. This shit is nothing to me no more.
I live in Miami.
I'm
disappointed that Dipset lost. For some reason, I don't know why, but I kind of know why. Dipset always reminded me of the dudes I went to high school with. Like the
flashy dudes?
Yes, the dudes that I grew up with. The popular guys. So, I always gravitated to their music, the way they dress. The LOX, I understand, like the LOX have skills and everything like that. But I'm not like Khalida, like when it comes to like really like
listening,
like dissecting like who got the best. I'm more of, I like beats. I like, what I can vibe to or whatever. And the Dipset was always just something that I just like really, really vibe to. No disrespect to the LOX. The LOX is the shit.
But obviously. Okay. So like you were saying, Dipset is like the flashy dudes, and the LOX is like the drug dealers.
But the dudes that are flashy that I went to school, some of them was.
But I'm talking about the real drug dealers, like the kingpins. the kingpins who nobody don't know got the money.
You right.
That's who the LOX is.
You right. I wanted you to break that down because I kept trying to figure out when I was making my post
they the real drug dealing niggas.
I kept trying to figure out who
the real hustlers.
What does the LOX represent? Because I kept saying like Dipset is an example of the fact that your popularity from high school can carry you but so far if you don't apply yourself.
Right.
Like
if you don't got nothing else going for you.
They show up
substance
with a whole bunch of designer dumb shit on.
Right.
Smoking
hella weird.
Hella hot.
Right.
They looked at hot.
Jules was high. He had to be high. He had to be high.
Did you see
because why did you have on a fitted? You had on a fitted. You had on a bandana wrapped around a fitted. You had a Louis scarf underneath of the fitted.
Did he have a jacket on too?
He had a jacket on. He had a hoodie on. He had a jersey on. And then he had a fucking Scully hanging out his back pocket. I'm confused.
Where was this girl like, when he was like 2000? Because you would have never walked out of my fucking house.
Nah, and then he was just like, he don't have no friends. They are not your friends. They are not your friends.
But the cameraman said that's Harlem shit.
Well, y'all can keep that shit right in Harlem.
That's just Harlem shit. Like, that's just how Harlem is.
It's not. No, it's not. Don't even put that on all of Harlem like that. I'm from Harlem, tap in and say whether or not, like, that's like a true statement.
Yes, leave in the comments.
Leave in the comments if that's a true statement.
If that's a real statement,
like that Jewels is a prime example of how niggas from Harlem be dressing.
Next one is, so was Versus lit? It was lit.
Yeah, it was super lit.
It was the most lit Versus thus far.
I think as far as
entertainment,
like crowd, like as far as it being actually being a thing, because there was other verses that I think that was lit as well, like Rick Ross.
Oh, I ain't see that.
Rick Ross shit was lit with 2 Chainz. Oh, these niggas had stripper poles, everything. They had. See, he was getting a massage on the stage. Like Rick Ross was like, "Oh, because you know I'm the biggest boss." Like, "Oh, I needed a massage." I was like, that shit was lit. And it was like, who else was the other one that I thought was like, Gucci Mane and
Yeah, Gucci. I enjoyed Gucci Mane and
so it was a couple of them that I think, but I think on this level, as far as fandom, I would say this was the biggest one so far.
I
captured the most attention because even if you're not a real like hip hop, like you don't really listen to rap, you still, if you grew up in this era, you still know who they are, and you still. Like the Lox got hits. They got songs with everybody. You already know who they are, but then if you was clubbing at that same time, you definitely know who Dipset was because that's all that they was playing in the club is Dipset.
Exactly.
You couldn't go nowhere without hearing Falling 1,000 times. Really, it was the most entertaining, and I feel like I don't think it was disrespectful. I think that's hip hop culture right there, and real rap battles. If you ever seen a real rap battle, you know shit gets real ugly. Like it really turned into fighting words, but it's a battle. You know.
So you say it's just hip hop. I think for some people who aren't familiar with battle rap or have been watching Versus, they took at one point I just thought they was about to fight. Like when he snatched Jewel's bandana
off, that was funny as hell.
And they pushed him and shit.
It was funny. It's New York shit though. That's New York shit.
So the majority of y'all said, I remember only 33, 70% of y'all said that it was lit but disrespectful.
I never watched a rap battle before. Like a real live rap battle. Like y'all never seen a real
live. But it wasn't. I didn't feel as though Versus was supposed to be a rap battle.
It is a battle. It's my place, my catalog versus your
catalog. But we not freestyling. We not.
Well, that's what happens when New York niggas get in the house together and I can really rap and you can't. What the fuck?
What Rick say?
Jewels has never been a tough guy, seriously.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing for real. If you had followed his career, Cameron took Jewels from when he was 16 years old. And groomed him. He never was in the streets. He really never had the
And that's good catalog. They didn't pick the catalog right. Y'all.
Wait. No. Let's not blame it on the catalog. Let's blame it on the fact that these niggas was not prepared.
They were very unprepared.
Let's blame it on that. They did not understand the assignment.
Right.
They thought they watched Patti LaBelle and fucking who was she against?
Aretha Franklin.
They watched their verses.
No, whatever. Who I can't remember.
They watched their verses and thought that that's what they was going to do. Just sing along with the songs. And Lox, they must have went to rehearsal. They did their affirmations that morning. They fucking drank
some
smoothies.
Chlorophyll.
Yes, they did their sea balls.
Right.
They was on
and they
song, lyric.
Kiss. First of all, I'm just shout out to Kiss. One more time for dropping that 95 freestyle on their head like it was like you just spit it yesterday, because that's what he did. He pulled out a freestyle from 1995 and just like assassinated the whole Dipset like it was a mass murder.
I know this is really long, but someone said one of the biggest things I took away from last night's verses was that what true friendship looks like. That's another reason the Lox killed Dipset. I'll explain. From the introduction, Lox were prepared, walked out as a cohesive unit.
Right.
Dipset took forever. Cam came out after Freaky, Juelz, and Jim. Then if you look at who's the top guys in the group, Kiss, Cam. Kiss went just as hard performing with both Sheek and Styles on their songs or verses as he did on his. At times, I forgot whose verses it was because Kiss was rapping their verses just as hard as them.
Right.
You barely saw Cam during Jim and Juelz big songs or verses. Also, Sheek and Styles put their ego aside and let Kiss control the show. They rode the wave with love and energy. When Juelz tried to mention Sheek wasn't rapping, Kiss was the first one to shout out all the songs that Sheek had already performed on up to that point of the night. Those guys are true brothers. The Lox are probably the only rap group that's never publicly beefed in any manner. Dips had publicly dissed each other, broke up and all. There's the life lesson in everything. There's a life lesson in everything. I thought that was an awesome point. And another thing I like that she said at the end, like they have never publicly beefed.
Right, because we don't know what happens behind closed doors.
You don't know what happens, and it should never.
Once your beef touches social media, then we can't never be friends ever again. Yeah. Once our beef touches social media, that's it.
Especially like really in like a disrespectful way. I think in their mind, I don't think they ever thought it was a show.
But why didn't y'all? It's at Madison Square Garden. That's the biggest fucking venue that you can play in New York. Everybody wants to play at Madison Square Garden. Every single artist's dream is to have a show at Madison Square. That is like.
So you come prepared.
You
gotta stay ready.
So you don't have to get ready. And Kiss stayed ready, so he ain't have to get ready.
So what did Rick Sean say? And one last thing before we move on to our next topic, which is kind of still in the same thing. How y'all didn't know the words to your own damn song?
Right, like y'all wrote, and that tells who write their own shit and who don't write their own shit.
You're not writing their shit, Khalida?
People ain't writing their shit.
I mean, I write my own shit. Sometimes I be forgetting.
But you ain't going to Madison Square Garden.
Oh, Rick said not true.
No. So why are you at Madison Square Garden
if you don't know
the lyrics? You knew what songs you was going to perform before you went. It's not like you got up there and a random ass person picked the songs for you.
Yeah, you already knew.
All right, you're right. You won't remember all of the songs, but the songs that you gonna perform, you gonna remember them.
None of them.
He ain't. Right, you gotta rehearse, and that's what them niggas didn't do. They did not rehearse, and it shows.
I know niggas that went to jail to get their teeth.
Wow! And then you gonna look at this man? You're gonna point at him?
They said verses should have been over after that should have been the end. That should have been the end.
Wow!
Flag on the that should have been. I wanted to be the fly on the wall when that conversation happened when Jada was like, "Yo,
I'm gonna say this line. You know what line I'm gonna try? You know, and he was like, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do him like that. And he was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it though. He's like, and then I'm gonna look at him. just saying.
Alright, yeah, so we're going to move on to our next topic. If you just joining in, this is from Mexico. I am extremely scared to do this shot.
Cheers to hip hop.
And hip hop culture. Yo, our whole culture is just lit.
It is. It's being black. It's dangerous, but it's lit.
It's so fucking lit.
It's so lit over here. I wouldn't want to be nothing else.
It's good.
It reminds me of something else.
It's supposed to have tequila in it. Ain't no way
it got no tequila. Maybe we just drink a little bit too much. But I don't got no little stinky, like, tingly.
Oh, wait. But just burned it right here. It went there, and now it's here.
I feel a little bit warmness.
Yes!
Like a little bit.
It's coming down.
On to the next thing.
Khalida took her whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a little tart and a little sweet.
I've been on a champagne campaign.
Champagne campaign. So on to our next thing. Is hip-hop culture made up of homophobic beliefs and ways? And 83% of you said that hip-hop is homophobic.
It is.
How do we get like that? Yeah.
Well, homophobia.
Well, what I asked y'all was it homophobic or was it just hip hop culture? What the baby said. Because that's what we are discussing. And it's not even the HIV part, because that, I don't even know why he even said something like that. Like that, I've never in my whole hip hop, like, you know how the DJ be like, STDs, anybody, if you got a clean, right. You've heard that, but I've never heard a DJ say anything about HIV or AIDS. Like, I just thought that was just like, why would anybody bring that the fuck up? But what we're discussing is his comments about you getting your dick sucked in the parking lot. Like, that was just like so ignorant. He said, you didn't hear what he said? He said if you put your lighters up, your cell phone lights up, if you wasn't in the parking lot sucking dick.
What do that got to do with anything?
That's alright.
That sounds like to me like you might have been getting your dick sucked in the parking lot. And you feel some type of way about it. Or you wasn't and you wanted to.
Get your dick sucked. Alright, because I'm not homophobic. I do not like to hang around people who are homophobic. It's just like, it's whack to me, personally. If you are homophobic, this is a non-judgment zone. I don't know why you're like that.
I don't know why what somebody else does behind closed doors is any of your fucking business.
But me personally, I always feel like if a man is constantly having to diss another man because of his sexual orientation, or constantly having to say that fuck people that niggas that suck dick, or do, who are you trying to prove that that's not something that you do?
Or what are you
trying to prove it to yourself, I feel like.
Right.
Because nobody on the outside really probably gives a fuck what you do with your dick. But if you constantly...
Unless it's my dick. If I care what you do with your dick if it's my dick.
Yeah. But I just feel like I've always felt that way about men. Like, men who constantly are talking about homosexual men,
right.
Men who are transgender, right. Like, if they are constantly like bashing them or being disrespectful towards them, I just automatically feel like it's something inside of them that they are battling with, where they have to constantly remind themselves that they're not gay.
Or to put that guard up.
Yeah, to put that guard up. Like, I have to constantly tell myself that I'm not gay. Like, if you're secure in your own sexuality, you know you don't suck dick. Right. You know you don't like a nigga sucking your dick.
Right.
Why do you have to keep telling people that shit? I didn't ask you.
Right, because I damn sure don't go around saying I don't like eating coochie and I don't eat coochie. Like, I don't like coochie. But I don't like women. I don't like women. I only like men. I don't like eating coochie. Like, do y'all hear me going there like that? Y'all see how absurd that sounds? Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I wouldn't even feel comfortable hanging with her because I eat coochie.
Are you running around every day telling people?
I don't tell nobody I eat coochie. I tell y'all every once in a while. I haven't ate coochie in a long time.
Oh my Lord Jesus, this conversation is going left.
It always
does.
And my dad watches the show. Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm not going around saying every day because I undercover want to eat coochie. I'm not.
Because that's what people would take it as.
Right, because if I was constantly like, because I don't like coochies and I don't like women.
And then you gonna grab somebody's attention and like, let me change your mind.
Right, because what am I doing? Am I fishing?
Yes.
That's like when people post, oh, I'm so ugly.
You want somebody to tell you pretty. The baby was kind of secretly advertising that he want his dick sucked by another nigga.
We not saying that. We not allegedly, maybe, possibly.
Because why is that? What did that have to do with the show?
I don't know. And in the moment that once I found out that he just said anything homophobic, period, I just already knew that this was getting ready to be an onslaught for him because you never know who's in what position in these companies and who runs these festivals and things like that.
Well, he don't give a fuck because
right. I don't think that he definitely wasn't thinking when he did it.
But after the fact, he's still
because he probably what's his sign?
God, she looking at me. What is he? What is he? Please, what is he? What is he?
He's a Capricorn. He's gonna stand on his wrong ass word until he dies. He don't give a fuck. He will die on his wrong ass word.
Yeah, y'all not getting an apology.
Y'all not. He never gonna be sincere in no apology. He don't give a fuck what happened.
Sincere in apology? He's never giving y'all a motherfucking apology.
He gonna be like, yeah, because I said it, but I mean for y'all for it to come out the way that it did.
That nigga ain't never gonna fucking apologize. And if he does, exactly whatever else he just said.
But it still ain't my fault that y'all got offended because I'm not inside your feelings. You are. You in control of how you feel. I can't make you feel no way.
I will never, ever talk to, deal with. If I give birth to a Capricorn, I'm giving it up for an adoption.
Lord Jesus.
Homophobic. Where did it come from in the hip hop culture? Hip hop culture.
Homophobia comes from?
I just don't understand.
It stems deeper than just the culture. I think it's more so, for one, African Americans is steeped in that community as it being taboo. And this goes all the way back to, Christianity. Bible homophobia is a sin. This is something that's really deep seated in the black community and really kind of taboo. We all know that nobody don't hate nobody more than a gay black person. We say black women is the most unprotected, but gay black people have it worse than just black women because they're ostracized on both sides. They're ostracized by women and they're ostracized by men, depending on where you fall at on that, you're gay, whatever, if you're a woman or you're a man. And I mean, it's just hard. It's not accepted, and you get denounced from your family.
But the thing that kills me about hip hop culture with the homophobic is that it's a lot of people in that culture that are gay, and living in the closet. And it's like
not really living in the closet. They living out loud, but in the closet. We not gonna openly say that we gay.
Nobody is trying to say nothing about Lil Nas voicing his opinion. I'm like, cause Lil Nas is not bashing heterosexual people. From what I know, I haven't seen anything where he's come out and said he don't. If you a nigga and you like eating pussy, fuck you.
Right.
None of them gay people don't say that what you like, but why do you have to bash somebody else in the compliment?
That's like, oh, but I like you because these other women, like, we don't. You fucked up the compliment right there. As soon as you start putting, because you put somebody else down in the process.
Why do you have to put somebody down
to get your point across?
To say that you're a proud heterosexual man. Nobody really cares. Thank you. I'm glad we both agree on that. I don't care if I'm not talking to you.
If we not fucking, your sexual preference is not really my business.
If I'm just saying you in any shape, form, or way, why do I care about how you have sex?
Right.
What is that?
Just know that I be having sex. Y'all know how I be having it, and I'm not telling y'all.
Y'all be worried so much about how people having sex, and nobody is worried about motherfuckers wearing condoms.
Right. That's the number one.
That's what the fuck you should have screamed in the crowd. Right. If you got a motherfucking condom in your pocket.
Wave your hand in the air.
And you about to
practicing safe sex out here.
That's what you fucking should have said. It's been a great show, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Remember, we go live every Thursday on Instagram at 9:30 p.m. So if you want to join in the conversation, leave comments as we are discussing these topics.
Right.
All you have to do is follow us on Instagram. We'll be back here next Thursday. Peace.